Hi, welcome to Linux and Windows Help. This is episode 5. We're going to be installing a lamp, also a Hello World in PHP. Alright, we're going to be using VirtualBox for this tutorial. You can also use a CD and a USB drive if you want to install it to your own computer. You don't have to use VirtualBox, but the rest of the steps will pretty much be the same. Anyways, even if you're a Windows user, you can use VirtualBox as well and follow this tutorial. You don't have to have Linux. Go to virtualbox.org, click on Downloads, and right here, it's for Windows. And it also has a Macintosh version as well. Then after you do that, you're going to need to download this. Even if you're doing the Linux or the Windows to do this, you're going to need to download Linux Mint. I'm going to be using the MADI version, 32-bit, but you can use the Cinnamon as well. Just make sure you get the 32-bit for the virtual machine tutorial. If you're installing it on your normal computer and if you have a 64-bit system, you can get 64-bit as well. So any one of these versions will work for this tutorial. I'm just going to be using MADI. After you download it, it'll be right here. Linux Mint 18 Mate, MADI, 32-bit. It'll look just like that. Load up VirtualBox, hit New, name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it Linux, and choose Linux right here. Go to Ubuntu 32-bit, hit Next. I only got 2 gigabytes of RAM right now. Hopefully you got more. I don't want to put too much on there. I don't want to lock up the computer. Just enough. Hit Next. Create a virtual hard drive now. Next. Next. Linux Mint uses about 9.5 gigabytes of space, so you're going to want to at least have like 14, 15 gigabytes of space for this tutorial. Hit Create. Alright. You want to go to Storage. So that says Controller IDE empty. That's the CD-ROM drive. You're going to want to load a CD. We're going to be using a virtual CD, which is a image file that we downloaded. So now we got Linux Mint 18 MADI, 32-bit, and the CD-ROM drive. It's a virtual CD. Okay. I'm going to go to Network, choose it from default NAT into Bridge Adapter. Let's have that selected. Okay. Alright, and just click Start. I'm going to go ahead and delete it because I already got one running for this tutorial. I was just showing you how to make it real quick. After you make it, hit Start, and it'll go to look like this. First screen, it'll say Linux Mint. It'll pop up this window and it'll say Linux Mint. Just let it load. This will come on. You don't have to type anything. You just let it load. It might be a blank black page. Keep on letting it load. It might lock up though, so if it takes forever, you might want to restart it. Eventually, you're going to get into the live CD, and you'll see this right here. It says Install Linux Mint. Go ahead and double click that, and if you speak English, it's default. Just go ahead to continue. If you got a different language, choose whatever you wish. Go ahead and check this. Hit continue. For this tutorial, we're going to be using erase disk and install Linux Mint. You can also encrypt the drive if you want. And there's all different kinds of options. You can play around with it if you want. Just for this tutorial, let's go ahead and just check erase disk and install Linux Mint. And this is default already. Go ahead and hit install now. And then this is just telling you it's going to be creating a partition and creating you a swap. And let's hit continue. Choose your time zone. Here's your keyboard layout. English is default. Hit continue. and then type your name, whatever your computer name you want, username you want. Choose a password, retype your password. You can make it where it logins automatically, or you can have it require a password every time you turn on the computer. You can encrypt the home folder as well. Hit continue. And it'll just start copying files, and it'll take a while, like 10 minutes or so. And at the very end it will say, do you want to restart the computer? Just put continue testing, because you don't want to restart, you just want to power it off. And then after that you can choose menu shutdown if you want, or just click the X button and shut down the that's a faster way. Let's go ahead and shut it down. And then after you shut it down, hit start. Oh no, before you hit start, go to storage and empty the CD-ROM drive. Remember how you added the CD? It will look like this. So you want to empty the CD. Remove this from the virtual drive. Empty, because if you don't empty it, whenever you reboot, it's going to load the live CD again. Even though you got it installed, it's going to still load off the CD-ROM. You want to load off the normal hard drive. Hit OK. And then hit start. And then you'll boot into your operating system. Okay, your operating system's loaded up. This is not a picture anymore, this is the actual operating system. You'll notice that the install Linux Mint is not there anymore. It's because it's installed. Okay. Through this tutorial we're going to be using the terminal. So go ahead and load it up. Alright. I already got everything installed, so it's going to be pretty fast. It's going to be fast for me anyways. And the video's not going to be 30 minutes long. So we did the L part already, we installed Linux. Go ahead and update your repositories. Type sudo apt-get update on your terminal. After that's done, we're going to move on to A, which is Apache-Http Server. Type sudo apt-get install Apache-2, and it'll take a while to install that. Once it's done, we're going to move on to M, which is MySQL. But this Myriad database, I've never actually used it, but it has really good reviews, and it says it's a lot better than just plain old MySQL. It's basically a spin-off of MySQL. It's still MySQL, it's just it's a different people making it basically, and it's supposed to be better and faster and more secure, and it really has a lot of good reviews. Anyways, type sudo apt-get install Myriad database server and then Myriad db client. Alright, now we're on to P for the end of our lamp. Type sudo apt-get install Python software properties, and then type sudo apt-get install PHP 7.0. After that, type sudo apt-get install PHP libapache2-mod-PHP 7.0. What this is, it's a module that allows PHP to work on Apache. Without this, you won't have PHP. Alright, what this is just a little added bonus. If you type this, it'll give you a list of all the different modules you can install, like this one. So there's different projects that require different modules. And to install a module, type sudo apt-get install name of module. So this will give a bunch of modules, and then you just copy the name and type sudo apt-get install the name of the module that you want to install. Alright, since that's done, now we're going to install, well, we already got installed, but we're going to set up MySQL. Type sudo MySQL secure installation. Like that. And type your operating system password. Alright, enter current password for root, enter for none. Since we just installed it, there ain't going to be a password, so just hit enter. Set root password, yes. New password. You want to choose a password different in your operating system, because if one thing is hacked, you don't want them to have access to the other. So type a different password for your root for your MySQL. All right. Remove anonymous users? Yes. Disallow root login remotely? Yes. Yes. And yes. Alright, that's done. Now we want to edit our Apache 2 mods enabled. Sudo nano or whatever text editor you prefer. etc Apache 2 mods enabled dir.config conf. Alright, here, so index.hotmail is first. That means you want to delete the index.php. You want to go up to the front of here and add index.php. Alright, you control X if you're using nano. And say, do you want to save changes? Yes. Push Y for yes. And then press enter. Alright, now that is installed. Now you want to restart your Apache, so all your changes will take effect. Sudo service, not services. I spent 5 minutes one time typing over and over again. I'm like, why ain't it working? I learned service. Sudo service Apache 2. You can type stop if you want, and then start, or you can type restart. That's what we're going to type. So now we're resetting our Apache 2 service. Like I said, you can hit stop and then your web server will be down, or you can start back up by typing start. Alright, now that's restarted. Oop, I didn't want to turn that down yet. Come on now, come on now. I want to test the MySQL. So sudo MySQL -u root -p. Sudo password for Joe. So that means that's the password for your operating system. Then it says enter password. That's for your MySQL. So you want to type your MySQL password now. Alright, now you're logged into MySQL. That means MySQL is working just fine. And this is where you create databases, you create users, and you create passwords for those users. And then you can use your PHP scripts to load the database. You can also put the database on a different computer. You don't have to have it. It's actually a lot more safer to have it somewhere else, different address, different location. This is actually kind of unsafe to have it all together. But if you're just playing around on your computer, you don't want to make it too extravagant. Just put it all together for right now. It's safer though to put it in a different location, because if one gets hacked, they're all hacked. Alright, so the MySQL is working, and we restarted the Apache, and everything's installed. Now we're going to test it. Click in the computer, file system, right click on var, go to open as administrator, type your operating system password, click www, HTML. This is the default page that Apache creates. It says, well, it works, welcome to Apache. Go ahead and delete that. Now we're going to be doing basically a PHP Hello World. You can't test PHP on your computer unless you got PHP installed. So this is the only way to actually test PHP on your computer. Actually, like when you loaded a regular HTML page, it will load up on your computer without PHP. but if you run a PHP script, you gotta have PHP installed to actually view it on your computer. So, I mean, even if you got your own website somewhere else, you kind of want to have a PHP installed on some virtual machine or something, so you can, test your things before you put it online. Anyways, we created an index.php. It's going to open up in a text editor. For any PHP script, you start it off like this. All PHP scripts are like that. Now this is a function, and like I said, it's basically like a PHP Hello World. PHP info, just like that. And then to stop the PHP script, just like that. So this is to start it, this is to stop it, and this is a function, PHP info. This is basically like a Hello World and PHP. Hit save. Close that down. Close that down. And down. Alright. Load up your Firefox. We're going to be testing to see if this baby works. Your local loopback is 127.0.0.1, or you can just type localhost. Yep. I don't know why it loaded that. I must have typed it earlier or something. But yeah, it does work. I didn't get to type it though. Man, my computer's running so slow. Can't wait till my RAM comes in. But it does work. This tells you, this tells you all your information. If it didn't work, it would be just a plain white page. So that PHP info function created all this. So we know it works. And this gives you a lot of information about your server and everything. You should take time to read it, and just tells you all your information. Alright, now we're going to test one more thing. So we got the server installed on the virtual machine. We're going to try running. The virtual machine IP address is 192.168.1.90. So since the server's running over there, I should be able to connect from the desktop to the virtual machine, and I should load the same page. And there we go. Worked beautifully. That's all the information. Very nice. Alright, that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please share it. Please like it. Please join our group, join our page, and have fun. Thank you.